Ontario workers are celebrating a major victory. A court has struck down the Ford government's controversial wage cap law, calling it unconstitutional. The law had been widely blamed for exacerbating the healthcare crisis, but already the province says it intends to appeal the court's decision.
Now is the time to think very hard about your next step.
A warning to the Premier. Health and education union leaders gathered at Queen's Park Wednesday demanding the Ford government respect the court's decision.
We will not take this blatant attack on our rights and freedoms.
A coalition of 70 unions had launched the charter challenge against Bill 124. The law limited wage increases to 1% per year for an estimated 780,000 workers in the public sector. In his written decision released Tuesday, Ontario Superior Court Justice Marcus Conan declared Bill 124 to be void and of no effect, ruling it strips workers of their constitutional right to collective bargaining. He also found Ontario was not facing a dire enough financial situation in 2019, writing Ontario has not explained why it was necessary to infringe on constitutional rights to impose wage constraint at the same time as it was providing tax cuts or license plate sticker refunds that were more than 10 times larger than the savings obtained from wage restraint measures.
This is a full vindication for so many workers.
It is a true triumph.
A win for the time being, but the Ford government says it will fight the decision.
Why won't the Premier respect the court ruling and stop appealing yet another court loss for this government?
We're reviewing the decision. We intend to appeal, and so I can't comment further.
It has been a long battle, with frontline healthcare workers leading the fight against the law since it was enacted in 2019.
It's about time. Bill 124 still shocks me. It's a threat to democracy.
Healthcare professionals calling it the driving force behind an exodus of workers, leaving healthcare for better pay and leading to historic staffing shortages at hospitals.
The casualties have been stunning, as we see in hospitals, with the loss of co-workers. People just can't take it anymore.
Healthcare unions tell us there's currently a 15% staff turnover rate and 47,000 hospital vacancies. Specifically, the nursing shortage is at a crisis level, with RNs leaving the system in droves, according to the Ontario Nurses Association. But Ontario's health minister denies that claim.
In fact, we have not seen a mass exodus of nurses leaving the system.
Consistently, over and over again, she repeats things that are categorically false.
We have never in the history of Ontario ever seen so many vacancies just in our hospital.
There is hope that overturning the law will attract and retain staff at hospitals, as it will open the door for unions to seek billions of dollars in back pay to make up for lost wages.
Every worker who is negatively impacted by this legislation is entitled to some form of redress.
Again, the justice found the government didn't provide a rationale at all for needing the legislation to cut costs in 2019. That appears to remain true today. Ontario's budget watchdog found the Ford government spent $3.5 billion less than expected in the first half of the fiscal year, including $859 million less in health. Meanwhile, the province has argued the legislation didn't violate the charter because it was time limited.